didn't know these things at the time I'm in this dunya. So, man, without Islam, yeah, man, I'd be really messed up.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd, as we always do, we start our show with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, praising Him, thanking Him for all these gifts and blessings that we are living every day. We're doing another show, interviewing another brother today, alhamdulillah, on the Revert channel on YouTube. As you know how YouTube works, we do look for subscribers. We thank you so much for subscribing, sharing, liking, and sharing your commentary with us, sharing your feedback with us. If you have any questions, we welcome that. Again, my name is Abdullah, and I will let the brother introduce himself to you. Bismillah.
I'm brother Zahid. I'm from Pasadena, California, raised in Pasadena, California, and born in Louisiana.
MashaAllah.
And
how old are you?
I'm 56 years old.
MashaAllah, 56 years old. Looks younger than me, MashaAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you more blessings than me. And how long you been a Muslim for?
Since 1998.
1998, MashaAllah.
Yes.
Allahumma barik.
And it was a journey.
Long journey, huh?
It was. You could say it was long, but when I reflect, it wasn't long at all. You know, especially when you look at the time we're on Earth.
Yeah.
And the reminders that are around us about Islam. And if you're not receptive to these things, then you can miss out. So I'm glad that Allah made me Muslim and I was receptive. You know, I became a seeker of the truth, you know, because how I was raised as Baptist and Catholic, and it was confusing me because it's like you're trying to tear something apart that's only one. How can you tear something apart? There's only one. How can you make it into more than one when it's always
only one? Yeah.
So it was hurting me, you know. So I just couldn't live my life like that.
So all your life, when you were little, you said Baptist and Catholic. Together, that combination is usual, or is it?
Well, my family was usual because one side of my family was Baptist, my mother's side, and one side of my family was Catholic, my father's side. So I have two grandfathers, both of them are clergymen. One's a clergyman in Baptist, one's a clergyman in Catholic.
Oh, subhanAllah.
So I'm being.
So you had to balance between the two, huh?
It was rough though.
You had to please them. You had to please them.
And I had to learn that it's not good to try to please man and woman.
Subhanallah.
You know, so I mean, it hurt for a long time, you know, because you think that you're doing the right thing because this is what's being instilled in you.
Right.
Until I came into Islam, I realized that we're all born in the state of what?
Fitra.
So when I realized this is something from Allah.
That's right.
Who give me this, the understanding, beneficial knowledge. So, oh no, that wasn't right. And he speaks about how it's passed on after generation after generation after generation after generation, and these people had no guidance. So if you don't have no guidance, what gives you the right, or how you have the authority to give out false information?
That's right.
So these are the things that over the years just kept hitting me, until I went to prison.
Allahu Akbar. You went to prison. We're going to get to that. So as growing up, as you said, you got to please him, you got to please her, you got to please him. You grew up with both parents?
No,
not both parents. No. Tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, he was there in the beginning, my father. And we only have one father, one mother. So I never got to know this person because he chose another life over his family.
Allah Akbar.
He became a heroin addict.
Oh man, Allah understand.
Yeah. So
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep me and you and everybody watching from all types of drugs and anything that might harm us. Allahumma ameen.
Because it definitely played a big part. I don't use it as an excuse, but it played a big part in my life when I hear stories about this person of how he was, before he got introduced to drugs, how he was an honor student, a straight A student.
Subhanallah.
Could have went to professional baseball.
For real.
Yeah, box. He did all. It was a lot of good things in this person. So that helped me kind of look at him in a whole nother light. I have a good perception of this person. No matter what he had done, I still love him unconditionally because I only have one father, biologically.
He's your father, yeah.
Yeah, so that step stuff, I'm not into that. You know, my mother met other men along the way. I just could never embrace it. You know, that was a struggle. And being her oldest child and actually watching over her, my two sisters and my brother.
So you all were four kids under your mother.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. And you were the watch over, of course. SubhanAllah, being the oldest, you gotta always be there for them.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of things, man. I'm talking about a lot.
Allah.
Even bathing my mom and putting her to bed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, after she didn't work all day.
Yeah.
So having to comfort her, comb hair, give baths, cook food, do laundry.
Allahu Akbar.
Man,
you were doing it all.
I did it all.
MashaAllah.
so
big props, man. Wallahi. That's great.
So,
and that was in the state of not knowing the rewards that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has for you for taking care of your mother, taking care of your siblings.
Indeed,
Allahu Akbar.
Not knowing. Just, genuine.
It was just in your heart. You were doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Yep. And not feeling like that. Just
Allahu
doing
Akbar.
it. Not even feeling like, oh, I gotta do this.
There's nothing to think about. Allahu Akbar.
So,
SubhanAllah. So the fitrah in you was very raw, still there. In the days of Jahiliyyah, the days of no Islam, you still had that fitrah in you, moving you. Allahu Akbar. SubhanAllah.
It's heartfelt.
Yeah.
I reflect, I weep at times, just reflecting.
Just reflecting on them days.
Especially with children. When I see the children in here learning and striving and studying and calling me Adon and offering their sunnahs, I'm looking like, man, I lost my son. So when I see other brothers, people period, with their children, I'm like, I hope they realize how much they should appreciate their children and how they should need to be more responsible in raising their children. Yeah, because you're going to be held accountable if you don't raise them right.
Yeah, you're right. You got to make sure you find the right school for them, the right teachers. You guide them to the right path. Allahu Akbar. Just like you buying the best clothes you can, just like you take them to the best doctors. You got to take care of them kids.
That's right. That's your responsibility as a parent. And then they have to honor their parents. So it works both ways. So, it's a beautiful thing. Islam is so beautiful to me, it saved my life.
Allahu Akbar.
Without Islam, I don't know where I'd be. We understand the qadr of Allah.
Of course.
Good and bad shall come to pass. So I don't know where I would have been. However, I'm glad I'm Muslim.
Glad Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took you in this nice little journey of yours, or maybe a little longer journey than other people, subhanAllah.
Yeah, 23 and a half years in prison.
Allahu Akbar.
It was definitely
23 and a half.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. So let's get there. Like, what was the things that got you into that type of lifestyle that led you into that prison?
Yeah, the dunya is vicious. Even though this is it.
That's right.
And we know it's a temporary state as Muslims. Everyone doesn't know that. So it's easy to get addicted and attached to things that are temporary. When you don't realize that, when you're of the world, being superficial and shallow, clinging to something that is not going to last forever.
That's right.
So I became addicted to a way of life, and it wasn't the right way of life, which is my way of life now. Islamic monotheism, which is the only way.
The only way.
Yeah, for me and for all of creation, because we understand and we know that the Prophet Muhammad was sent to all of mankind and jinn. The only prophet and messenger sent to all of mankind and jinn.
Is a seer prophet.
Yeah. So these things really help me move through those worlds, because Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, all worlds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. So, in reflecting, I'm like, man, where I come from, being in them streets, coming into prison, now I'm reflecting and realizing Al-Wali, protection.
Allahu Akbar.
Al-Fatah, the opener of the gracious doors. Ar-Rahman, the most merciful.
Yes,
All
sir.
the things I have to endure, not knowing, enduring with patience. Allah loves the Sabirun, the patience.
Sabirun, the patience.
So I didn't know these things
Uh-huh.
at the time I'm in this dunya.
Uh-huh.
So, man, without Islam, yeah, man, I'd be really messed up. I know
So you were caught up in the streets,
really
you're doing your thing,
really caught
trying to survive.
Really, and that word, people use it.
Uh-huh.
I can't.
Shine some light on them youngsters, please.
That word, trying to survive, is not good.
It's not good.
How can that word be of something good when you're not doing good? That's like me, for instance, robbing my brother
Uh-huh.
to feed my family
Allah.
and taking from him and his family.
Wow.
And when I go to my family and show them everything I've gotten, they don't know how I've gotten. They're happy because they see the gifts, they see the money. They're not even questioning how I've gotten it, because
Right.
they're happy.
They trust in you.
Exactly.
They know that you got it from a good source.
They think that I've gotten it from a good source.
Yeah.
But I just robbed you and your family.
Allah.
So how do I do good? How is that surviving? How am I I'm trying to survive? How am I trying to survive by bringing harm to someone else?
Allah.
There's no good in it.
It's no good.
No, how can you? It's falsehood. You're caught up in an illusion. And what's real about an illusion? Unless you become delusional.
Allah.
And that's the shayateen. Things are made fair seeming to you. So you think what you're doing wrong is right.
Uh-huh.
That's the slang.
You think you're taking from one person to feed the people that you care about, not knowing that that person has people that he cares about as well, or she cares about.
That's right.
And you just take it from that pile and keeping them without nothing, and then putting it in this pile and thinking that you're doing the right thing. And then you call that survival. Allahu Akbar.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says we can learn from animals.
That's right.
So animals don't kill senselessly.
Mm-mm. There's a reason for every kill. Yeah.
They're doing it because this is their instincts, not intelligence.
Mm-hmm. It's an instinct that they were born on, or they were created upon.
That's right. So this is natural for them. This is their nature.
Right.
Our nature isn't to kill, unless it's in the cause of Allah.
Allah. Yeah.
We're fighting for what we believe in.
With limited rules and guidelines, and every little bit of movement got to be according to the Prophet Muhammad's teachings and the Quran subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words in the Quran.
Has to be permissible.
Everything, every little move got to be according to the teachings.
That's right.
According to the Quran. You're right. Yeah, mashallah.
Right, brother. So
So you shed some light to the brothers, to me, of course, and everybody listening and watching, that survival is not as people call it, or is not as people using it on the streets.
That's right.
Not every survivor or not every person using that word is really a survivor.
No.
Some people are using that word to
try to make it look like.
I'm
out here surviving. It's
Allah.
a street thing. It's like it's swag.
It's a swag. Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
It's how I gotta
Makes you
do
look
it.
good, yeah.
This is how I gotta do it.
Makes you look good.
This is what
Makes
you
you look-
gotta do.
Yeah.
How do you have to hurt someone? And then somebody come and hurt you and your family. Now you pleading.
It's a different story.
Now
Somebody
you
else
want mercy.
surviving upon you.
And
Yeah.
now you want mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. So the only way you're gonna get mercy,
Mm-hmm. Allahu Akbar.
Allah saving you, and you don't even want to save your family and yourself.
Uh-huh.
because you want to harm another family to take care of your family. The
That's
wrong way.
The wrong
So
way.
how are you being
Allah.
a good example?
Yeah.
But children are sensitive. And they pick up on all the energy that you bring in from those streets into that house.
That's right.
They may be smiling, but inside, they're watching you.
Oh, they're picking up on
Yeah,
everything.
I lost my son. I know it. When I come in the house, he'll look at me. What's up, D? He just run to me. Like, what's the matter? He just look at me. I love you, Dad. I said, who? I love you, Father. Oh, okay. Yeah, young man. That's good. I love you, too. He said, he might ask me, how was your day? I'm like, man, you asking me? Because he can feel.
Yeah.
I've been in them streets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Allah.
He's looking forward to seeing me. Them eyes bright.
Yeah, waiting for you.
Awaiting me.
Allah.
Like life. Life
Yeah.
is awaiting us. Before we come out our mother's womb, life is already going on.
Yeah.
It's awaiting us. Anything that is awaiting you is already there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Allah.
So, it's a happy feeling at times. And then at times, you get angry for Allah. I do. And I hate things that I know are against my way of life. And I empathize with people. I have empathy. I don't have sympathy. I just can't use it. I'm not sorry for nothing. I don't have any regrets.
Allah.
I reflect with no regrets because I can't go back and change anything that I've done.
You can't.
So when I embraced Islam and in my heart and took my kalima shahada, and I realized that clean slate, that's only one who can do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me a new life.
Allah.
Beyond what appears to be.
That's right.
Yeah. A new life beyond what you can't even see the life that he's given me.
No, sir.
Because it's something he's placed in me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's granted. You can't see it. It don't come from a book. When he grants you something or gives you something, it's like what he's done for the prophets and the messengers. The stories of the prophets, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them things.
Yeah.
All these things that he granted to them. And by their what? Commitment as his true servants, they were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. In spirit. When their relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of them was perfect.
Yes. That message that came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the perfect message for that tribe or for that nation or for that area and time. And then the next prophet came in, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a new message.
Every one of them practiced monotheism.
Monotheism. From the day of Adam alayhi salatu salam to the days of Noah, to the days of Abraham, all of them worshipped one God. One God that is worthy of being worshipped. Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon all of them. One God.
That's right.
Allahu Akbar.
That's right.
So let's go back to the streets.
No.
You were up in the streets, doing your thing,
Man, thought I was
and doing some wrong things.
Oh.
Thinking that you were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Providing for your family. Didn't care how. Didn't care what were the resources that you were getting your risk from, or sustenance for your family.
Yeah, it became an addiction, literally.
It became an addiction.
An adrenaline rush to be actually playing a part that seemed to be real,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't.
Allah Akbar. Illusion.
Yeah, caught up in the illusion. Became delusional. Because I'm looking at the police who's really doing their jobs to a degree,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote.
Right.
We got good and bad in
There's
everything.
no perfection.
Exactly.
Nobody's perfect, not even the police.
Alhamdulillah.
So make that clear.
So I'm looking at them, it's like, man, he ain't nothing. I can get by him.
Mm-hmm.
So out maneuvering around them and able to do what I'm able to do, that's I was into moving weight. Drugs. People know what drugs are and weight is.
Right.
That's what I was doing.
Uh-huh.
So I became addicted to that money, that fast
Right,
money.
yeah.
I'm seeing it coming. I'm like, man, yeah, I can do this. This is easy.
And you didn't think anybody could touch you.
became that attitude. I thought I was invincible.
Arrogant. Yeah.
Didn't even see arrogance and conceit. In my mind, I just thought I was
invincible.
Nobody can touch me.
Superman.
Bullets or nothing.
Allahu Akbar.
I'm running at them. I'm in shootouts and all kind of different stuff, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Just seeing life flash before you. Yeah, people plotting to kill you because you get money. So jealousy breeds envy and brings about hatred.
That's right.
So you actually are surviving because of the world you've chosen.
Exactly.
The life you've chosen.
That's right.
So you gotta survive.
You put yourself in that in that area.
So you have to take responsibility for whatever comes about.
Consequences for everything.
Circumstances and consequences. They're gonna come because I was the cause, and what being the cause is what I had to pay with. Cause and effect.
That's right.
The cause and effect. What I caused, now it affects me.
That's right, yeah.
And not only did it affect me, my son, who I lost while I was in prison, his mother, who I lost while I was in prison, my father, or a lot of family members. There's nothing we can do. Or when you place yourself in this type of situation without thinking of your family and loved ones, and you say you love them, then I realized I was being neglectful. Neglecting someone that I say that I love. So how can I love them if I'm neglecting them? So it made me reflect while I'm in here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm doing the same thing my father did.
And you were actually thinking that you were taking care of business with him,
Caught up in the illusion.
Caught up in the illusion.
I'm talking about really caught up, man. Like a whirlpool.
Subhanallah.
Yeah. A whirlpool. And we know Shaitan is real. He knows who his Lord is. He knows when I read that.
Shaitan is Satan.
Yeah, it knocked me down when I read that. He knows who his Lord is. I said, Allahu Akbar. This guy is evil.
And that's exactly what he is, Satan.
An open enemy and knows who his Lord is.
That's right, yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the purest with no imperfections.
Allah.
So these things help me reflect without being upset and angry with myself. It's actually a cleansing because I purged one time when I come out of that coma I shared with you. While I was in
we're going to share that with everybody, inshallah.
Yeah.
So.
That was man.
SubhanAllah.
Purging, I thought at one time, well, what am I crying for? You know, I couldn't stop myself for almost 2 weeks straight.
Allah. Wow.
And I read in the Quran again this book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words, which are not a creation.
Right.
However, you see the power of his words.
Oh, subhanAllah.
So you can't see his word, but you can see the power of him in creation.
Yes, sir.
I'll call it.
Yeah.
So these things just hurt me. I mean, it hurt me in a good way. I mean, it hit my heart so good. I mean, it hurt, but it felt so good to be able to embrace this truth.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah.
So now I try to be a better person, a better example to all people. Like I share with you, no sympathy. I don't have none for no one. Empathy. I comprehend, I understand because I can reflect and remember when I was your age or his age, or was going through the same struggles and calling that self, I'm surviving, survival of the fittest, and I'm a gangster, and I'm this, and I'm a this, and giving yourself all these titles that you really can't stand on.
Allah. Yeah.
Because it's an illusion.
That got you caught up in a mess. And that mess, well, how old were you when you got caught up in that case?
Man, that case I just did, the 23 and a half years, I was 32.
32 years old, huh? Allah Akbar. In your prime. Prime time.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
And you're probably making a lot of money and things were looking good for you, and you thought that no one can touch you. Allah Akbar. Yeah. And you weren't thinking about God at that time, were you? Was God anywhere in your actions?
To be truthful,
yeah.
that inner voice is always there.
Subhanallah.
Always there.
What was the inner voice? What was it telling you? What were you talking to yourself about in your silences or in your alone time?
Solitude. I love it. I'm not a loner. I mean, I was a loner. I'm not alone, and I'm never lonely because I love solitude. So I was never alone, and I was never lonely.
You enjoyed that time by yourself to think and
man, you could really find peace of mind.
Subhanallah.
So that inner voice was always there for me. To let me know you know better. I look around sometimes like, where that's coming from?
For real.
Coming from within.
Within you, yeah.
This is going against the grain when you go against the inner voice. People think going against the grain is going against the homeboy.
Yeah.
Or the partner. Or your gang members. Or the people you hustling or grinding with. No. That's following somebody who's not worthy of being followed.
Yeah.
You're being loyal to someone who isn't loyal to you.
Mm-hmm.
Putting someone before you and not your family.
That's right.
Now you can use that title. Oh, that's my family, man. That's fam. Really? Oh. So biologically, oh no, we just say that. Now we get into the truth. You just say that.
Saying that.
So now when you go
like family.
Yes.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Close.
To a degree.
They're close to me.
Until you get to court.
Right.
You get shackled. Woo, woo, when that police come and grab you up.
Mm-hmm.
And they let you know we got people testifying against you.
Allah.
And you look up on that stand, and it's the same dude you was calling family. Testifying against you. Pointing you out. When they say, point the man out that you were buying drugs from. Is he in this courtroom? Yeah, he right there, y'all. Yeah. And you looking like, dang, homie, that's how it is. Man, homie, you don't know me. Oh, Nas, I don't know you. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get back to my family.
Right, there's a family for him now.
Yeah, so he doing what he got to do. He calling this, I'm surviving, man. I'm going to survive right here, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be me than you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather you go than me go.
Right.
He letting you know to your face. But this was your age.
Honestly came out.
Yeah. What's in the dark came to the light. Only thing that's absent from darkness is light. Mm-hmm. And there's only one light. I knew him.
Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Allah. So the illusion came to a closing. And you wake up. You're like, hold on. I'm in a different game. This is reality. This is life. I'm not invincible. I'm not Superman. I am touchable. And there's people that's much, much more above me that can take me in and put me in a cage. Allahu Akbar. Yeah. So what was the feeling like when the judge gave you that sentence?
Numb. I looked at this person. So, I looked through this person. I could look this person in his eyes, centered in a state of equanimity. I'm looking straight through him like, you don't even exist. You're no judge, not to me. Allah. You're nobody to honor, not to me. You're abusing authority.
Yeah.
These things are just flashing to me. It's like I'm in a whole nother world while I'm standing here.
Mm-hmm.
And this courtroom is one world. The Matrix feeds off the original.
Right.
So this is what I'm realizing as I'm standing here, like the Twilight Zone. Like this isn't really happening. My body is going through it, or my spirit is standing over here watching my body go through these things.
Yeah.
And letting me know. See, if you had listened, the inner voice is letting me know that look what you've done.
Subhanallah.
The circumstances and the consequences have come forward.
Yeah.
Now who's standing here with you? Mm-hmm. You standing on your own 2 feet. Like you came out your mother's womb.
That's right.
On your own 2 feet.
No homies, no friends.
You don't have none of that.
No fam.
All that's an illusion.
No money, no guns, none of that stuff helped you there.
None of it. It's you up against creation, man.
Right. That's got some kind of authority against you.
To a degree.
Right.
Because if he's abusing his authority,
right,
and he doesn't have guidance.
Right. He's got man-made guidance. Doesn't have God-made guidance,
Exactly.
revelation that you could go by.
Because a lot of things that he spoke about was fabricated and fictitious. He's a liar. Because after I did my own research in prison, fighting my own cases, because I had life in 38 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my legislator, my legislation. Took life and 10 years off of me. So it left me with 28 years, and I ended up doing 23 and a half years off of 28 years.
Man.
Alhamdulillah. It could have been much worse.
Yeah, of course.
If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hadn't removed that life without the possibility of parole, and the 10 years off, ain't no probably to it. The life without the possibility of parole means you don't have a date.
There's no date coming out. Wow.
And I left so many people in there in those type of situations.
La ilaha illallah.
Muslims, human beings, fathers, brothers, sons, nephews, cousins, men.
Allahu Akbar.
This is a world we live in. These are worlds. Each prison is its own world.
La ilaha illallah.
There's only one Lord of all worlds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever your perception is of anyone, do your best to try to see good in them.
Yeah.
And don't call it, oh, I'm just surviving. No, don't just survive. Strive. Do more than survive. Strive means to try hard to do your best in the right way. Instead of thinking it's always a hustle or a grind. You can hustle doing good things. Have some hustle in your step. Have some hustle in doing the work right. Have some hustle in cleaning up right. Have some hustle in doing everything you can do to your best. Do it to your best ability. You brush your teeth, you try to clean them as best you can. You take a bath, everything you do, if you try to do your best at it, it'll rub off in other areas.
That's right, yeah, definitely. Wow. Let's take a break. Maybe we can sit down instead of standing up all this time.
I don't